Today I'm going to be predicting UFC Fight Night, Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmogomedov on ABC. We're starting off with Joel Alvarez versus Elvis Brenner. I believe that Elvis Brenner's going to win, the underdog pick, because I think he will be able to make it a dogfight for Joel, and will take him to the later rounds and eventually knock him out. Moving on, Mackenzie Dern versus Lupita Godinez. I believe that Lupita Godinez will eventually beat Mackenzie Dern by TKO in probably the second or third round, because Mackenzie Dern can't throw hands at all to save her life, and I think Lupita Godinez has good enough takedown defense to keep it standing. That's just my opinion. And then next up, we have Tony Ferguson versus Michael Chiesa. I am going to be completely delusional, and pick Tony Ferguson. I usually don't pick Tony Ferguson. Even in his prior fights to Gaethje, I never liked Tony Ferguson's personality or style, really. His style is fun, but his personality always ticked me off. But I hate Michael Chiesa. He's boring. So I think Tony Ferguson's going to knock him out in round one. Flying knee, crazy upset is what I think is going to happen. Next up, Marlon Vera versus Davison Figueiredo. I think Davison Figueiredo has way better grappling than Marlon Vera. I think Marlon Vera has a granite chin that is indestructible, so he will not be finished. Davison could submit him in the earlier rounds, or later rounds, I guess, too. But I don't think Marlon Vera will have a fast enough start like he does in every single one of his fights. And I think after Sean O'Malley's beatdown, I think he's going to be not the same. And I think Davison Figueiredo has all of the momentum possible to get this one done and finally get a top five, or not top five, this is a top five opponent, finally get a possible title eliminator, because I love Davison Figueiredo. Next up is Nurmogomedov versus Michael Oleksiejczuk. I don't think this should be the co-main event at all in any way, but I think Nurmogomedov is pretty fun striker, and I think he is going to kill Michael Oleksiejczuk. Just judging off their last fights, I think Shara made his fight look easy, even though the guy was horrible. His opponent was garbage, and he should have finished him way earlier than he did. But I still think he took no damage, and he showed some skill that he'll be able to beat Oleksiejczuk. And I think Oleksiejczuk's last performance against Kevin Holland really showed that he is not good enough to hang with elite fighters, which Shara hasn't proved that he is yet. But I just don't think after his dislocation loss that he's going to have the right mindset to beat Shara coming off a win and a knockout. And I think Shara is just going to piece him up and take him out. Oleksiejczuk might be able to grapple for a minute, but I think Shara is eventually going to be able to keep it standing and eventually knock him out. I don't think Oleksiejczuk does not have the confidence right now to be stepping in there against Nurmogomedov, the crazy inbred-looking pirate. And then for the main event, Corey Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmogomedov. I'm taking Corey Sandhagen, another underdog main event. I think Corey has good enough striking to keep it on the feet with him, to do good on the feet with him, but his grappling, I do think he's not strong enough to out-grapple Umar. But I think if he stays technical, I'm kind of coping, but if he stays technical, he can beat Umar Nurmagomedov. I'm telling you, he can. He can beat him. And Umar doesn't deserve to be in there with him anyway. I think the jump up in competition is going to be too much for him. I don't think he'll be able to handle it. And I think Corey Sandhagen will eventually TKO him, because Umar got rocked really bad in his last fight against I forgot his name, but he was on his UFC debut at the time, and he got rocked by him and then held him down for the second and third round. So I don't think Corey, with 5 rounds, I think Corey will have a little bit more luck. And will eventually be able to put hands on Umar and put him out. That is if he can defend the grappling, which that is a toss-up. And I really hope he does because I do not like Umar or any of the Dagestanians. So I really hope Corey Sandhagen gets this one done. And yeah, I think that's about it. We'll see if I did good on picks. See you soon.